bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Browns' 5-yard line.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
We want it. 80 weapons. Hey, lock it. 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the post.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Hey, high 7. Ready?
Brady now on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ready? 60 or.
Watch QB drop. 26, Mike.
Hey, echo. Get it.
On 1st down, Pennington. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Leo. Switch. Hey, orbit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 90. Wolf. Look at me. Door. Door. Check. 49.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pennington. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. He's got a Jets touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jets will extend their lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, did we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Brady. It's completed to Caldwell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep.
Go.
We got 25 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out.
Hey, Delta.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
I got it. He's coming.
6-6. Pull it high. Go.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Hey, exit.
52 is the mic right here.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Brady. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Down. 30 base. Hey, Sam on.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hard.
Kill.
Yes.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
We got 25 to Mike. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Got it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go.
Mike 51.
Go out.
You. 25. Check.
Man. Hey, wahoo.
Check 26. Check 22.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to let this thing go deep for Caldwell. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
22 jet bomber. Look, squeeze.
Now they try the right side here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
8 feet. Pilot, 64.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Hey,
2nd
Charlie.
and 5 at the 37.
Decrypt.
To throw on 2nd down, Pennington. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
It's going to be a long day.
General West. Hey, Zoo. 5.
From the gun, Pennington. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Blue draw quarters. Hey, seam 6.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now.
Watch the twist.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
AT Gator, 61, match box, right. Hey, lock it.
Brings up
Kill, kill.
third and 2.
Kill, kill. Hey,
Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Get it.
On 4th down, Pennington. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Come on, set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
let's go, baby. Turnovers. Get that ball.
Now they try the right side here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Man, I got you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pennington. It's Williams on the catch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They come up in an offset eye. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
Now they'll throw with Brady. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern, maybe some balls.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space, because you can't just kneel.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Pennington sliding out of the pocket. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
80 weapons.
Check 3. He's checking. Crash. Alert flare.
Look at me. Go.
Twist.
call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Greystone travel. Hey, Haywood. Snap.
On 3rd down, Pennington. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
I got 87. Woo-hoo. 94 is the mic. 94 is the mic.
Rock it.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Bang, 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 bang.
Be driven.
Operating from the gun, Pennington. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hard.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Wide.
Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Back to throw. Pennington. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
50 wants the mic.
Go.
50 wants the mic.
5. Get it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. Hauled in here. Caldwell. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
Bravo.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, man. Watch the
6-6. Bullet high. Let's go.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
26 Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
Off the play fake. Pennington. He gets this one to Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Zipper!
Check nickel.
Look, squeeze.
Check 24.
Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Pennington. And he will find his man on the outside. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Pennington. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
26 Mike.
Off play action. Pennington. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Ready.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Watch the run.
Pilot, 64, weak. Yo, go.
Man, move it. You gotta get that.
Go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20 as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Ready up.
25 to Mike. We go 25 to Mike. Record.
General West.
At 25 to Mike. We're going.
Yeah. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Get it.
Throwing again. Brady. Looking left sideline. It's complete. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now just 5 of 16 throwing the ball, but he's got a 1st and 10.
You draw Corker.
We're going 25 to Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Now. Hey, Echo. Yep.
Shotgun now for Brady. Dancing to his left. He'll run it, and he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, orbit.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25.
From midfield, here's Brady. Wide open receiver complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this? Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Exit.
Brady now to throw. And Caldwell's got it over the middle. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
First down.
Chopper!
Check three.
Hit it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
Five.
Again, it's Brady. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady looking left sideline, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he will find Winslow. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. To throw, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Again, they'll throw with Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pennington. He's got it to Williams. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Go! Leo!
Alert 3!
Go!
And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
60 yards. Look at me. Go, go. Hey, Wahoo. Hey.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Target. 26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Charlie. Look at me. Zipper. Get it.
To throw on third down. Pennington nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Ready?
The Browns drive about to get started. Brady to throw. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. The end result, 21 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check nine.
Protein spill.
Back to throw, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. Eight.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Go.
It's 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Hey, zoom. Check 13. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Fire.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hustle, hustle.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Hey, Sam off. Go.
On 4th down, Pennington. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hard, hard.
4 down. Motion, motion. Watch in. Watch
Go.
in. Hatch it.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Pennington. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output